should think about. Then the second thing, coming to the technical skill sets that each and every candidate is, as an expert to look after. Number one is that you should have a good understanding of Hello. I
Yeah,
think
Karan.
lost in the middle.
Yeah, there was some gap. Now it's fine. You can start. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were saying.
So in terms of the technical skill sets that
Yeah.
we are looking at the
Yeah.
candidate, apart from
Ji.
the age criteria. So the age criteria says that you should be born after 1st of January 2002. So anybody legally on their document, if your birth date is after 1st January 2002, you are eligible to participate.
Eligible.
Doesn't matter what background you come from, or
Correct.
do you have the skills, you don't have the skill set, you're
Yeah.
eligible to participate and register. You can
Correct.
register yourself.
Mm, mm.
The second thing really a good candidate must have is a list that I'll give you right now. Number
Yeah.
one is that you should have the ability to design mechanical and mechatronic systems. So you should
Mm,
be in a position, or you should have the skill sets to
mm,
design complex mechanical structures,
mm,
mechanisms, and also electrical circuits. So that
mm,
is number one attribute that is looked after in autonomous mobile robot. Second is that you have prototype some versions of robots in your life. You
mm,
have made
mm.
prototypes of line following robot, maybe pick and place robots. So, prototyping means fabricating the robot based on your design from scratch, not just
Mm,
integrating
mm.
some of the components from here and there, but completely,
Right.
having the exposure of 3D printing, going to the laser cutting machines, going to grinding machines, some sort of CNC operations that you have seen. So basic level of that is also very much required. Then comes core robotic skill sets that are sought after. So the above two are largely mechanical and electronic skill sets that we are looking at. The Now coming to the specialized skill sets in robotics, you should have some basic exposure to navigation and localization algorithms and how
Mm,
those algorithms are designed. So if you have to make your robot work in an unknown
mm,
environment,
mm,
how do
mm,
you write the algorithms for them? How do you select the shortest path that is there? Or if you have some set of sensors, maybe
mm,
IMU
mm,
sensors or LiDAR
mm,
sensors,
mm,
based on that, how do you localize in an unknown territory or unknown environment? That is
mm,
looked after. Then
mm,
comes computer vision or machine vision or image processing part of your
mm, mm,
robotics knowledge,
mm,
where you have to play with the camera and then
mm.
apply some algorithms on top of that camera, where you are able to identify maybe some sort of fruits, you're able to identify defects, you're able to, calculate the distance from how far the robot, the object is there.
Right.
So these kinds of computer vision or machine vision related skill sets are required.
Mm,
Then
mm,
comes interaction with humans,
mm,
how the robot is going to interact with, whether
mm,
you give
mm,
it a autonomous
mm,
nature, whether you have some sort of
mm,
semi-autonomous
mm, mm.
behavior where you press a button and some sort of task is done automatically, but you have to press a
Mm,
button. And then third is remotely operated robots. So
mm.
exposure to that and designing some sort of systems related to that is required. Then comes the most important aspect, which I think
Ji.
will be in
Mm,
any of the technical skill sets. It is testing
mm.
and fault finding. So you
Ah.
have to test your machines very well. You need to create a proper mechanisms checklist
Mm,
where you
mm,
test your machines constantly, where you
mm,
have a checklist going on before you do any kind of run
mm,
or
mm,
before you perform any kind of task,
mm,
where you
mm.
are checking everything is okay or not. And if
Correct.
something is not okay, whether you are
Yeah.
able to identify what is the core problem related to that. So
Mm,
fault finding is very much important in that. So Faisal and CR might agree with me when we were there for training in
mm,
Korea, the Koreans were consistently doing the
mm,
trials and tests until
mm,
the fault was getting generated. So it's
mm.
not just that they
Interesting.
are doing the test for 10 times or 12 times.
Yeah.
They're doing the trials until a fault is coming up
Very
and then
nice. Mm,
going back
mm,
to identifying
mm.
why this occurred.
Yeah.
So what they are doing is nothing but they are increasing the probability of success.
Yes, correct. Very right. Very right.
Number of trials that they are increasing,
Yeah.
how far the fault can go from the number of
Absolutely.
trials that have been successful. So
Mm,
that's how you increase your chances of getting success. And then finally, with any kind of engineer who is into
mm,
automation and
mm,
robotics, you will expect that you have to
mm,
do the performance and you have to commission
mm.
the system. So you
Right.
have your area, you have your
Mm,
robot, you have the constraints. Now you have to
mm,
commission. You have to let the robot do its job, and then while
mm,
it's doing its job, whether you are able to assess the performance or not.
mm,
So these
mm,
are the core technical skill sets that are,
mm.
looked upon in the
Looked upon.
candidate.
Mm,
Now,
mm,
the good
mm,
part is, even though we have these set of parameters, we have two people who are there in this competition. Unlike
mm,
other skill sets, there is only one person who is running skills and is dependent on one person team effort. There are two
Mm.
candidates having complementary skills with each other,
Yeah,
putting their
yeah.
efforts into it. So
Um,
we typically, a good team is like where we see a person coming from electronics background
mm, mm,
and
mm,
having some sort of mechanical knowledge, and other
mm.
person who is completely software oriented or hardware related software oriented. So
Mm,
even in
mm,
case of Siad and Faisal, Siad
mm.
was never looking at the robot mechanically or
Okay,
electronically. He was
right.
always there on his laptop and doing the programming, making the sure that the code is
Mm,
bugless and
mm,
just doing the
mm,
job better. And
mm, mm,
Faisal was always working independently with his machines, whether it is a
mm,
mechanical error or it's an electronics error.
mm,
So that type of team is always an ideal team that
mm.
needs
Right.
to. You
Very
don't
right.
have to interfere in each other. So once you
Mm,
stop
mm.
interfering in each other, automatically the disputes are also less. So the team becomes
Very
perfect.
right. Perfect.
You
Correct.
you set a clear boundary within yourselves that I'm
Mm,
not going to
mm,
enter into this. You are not
mm.
going to enter into this. But when you're brainstorming, definitely you put ideas together and you work on it. So this is something
Very
which
right.
is
Very right.
very much critical technically. Now
Mm.
coming to the soft skills. So there is
Yeah.
a very important criteria where we should always score 100%. Even Siyad and Faisal scored 100% in that criteria, which is work organization management.
Mm.
That is nothing but your overall discipline,
Okay.
but it starts from your preparation days, from your
Discipline.
participation days.
Yes. Very
How
right.
well do you keep your table? How well your time bounded activities are going on,
Mm, mm,
whether you
mm,
are able to follow a schedule or not. And when you are following a
mm,
schedule, if some or the other thing is not working out, how you are again coming and course correcting yourself. So that is very much
mm.
important in each and every person. And this work
Correct.
organization management criteria is independent
Mm.
of skills. It is in each
Absolutely.
of the skills that is there.
Mm, mm,
So
mm,
even if you are participating in electronics, even if you are
mm.
participating in beauty and therapy, this
Correct.
criteria is always going to come to you.
Mm, mm,
So that
mm,
is the overarching thing that we are looking in the candidates. One of
mm.
the major thing which I would like to highlight through this
Right.
webinar is that
Mm,
the
mm.
format of mobile robotics competition has changed now.
Okay.
So in 2022, when we
Mm,
participated, the
mm, mm.
competition was known as mobile robotics.
Yeah.
Now it has been termed differently. It is autonomous mobile robotics.
Autonomous. Mm.
Now, what has changed over the this
G.
1.5 year is that we
Mm.
experts have concluded that it has been observed that some industries are making the robots and candidates are just operating it on the spot at a global
Okay.
scale.
Mm.
And the candidates are not judged based on their skills, but the
Mm.
robot is judged basically whether the
Mm.
robot is good or bad. So
Mm.
that
Mm.
has to change. Now,
Mm.
what has been happening in the next set of competition, which
Mm.
is going to happen in Lyon, is that
Mm.
even though it's a team competition, each
Mm.
candidate will also be judged. So
Oh. Mm.
finding is where
Mm.
the person who is doing the mechanical work will be given a
Mm.
problem or will be given
Mm.
a wrong mechanism. He has to
Mm.
make that mechanism work. He has to identify
Work
the
your
problem.
work your
He has
way.
to make it
Mm.
work.
Mm.
The coder will be given a bugged code and
Mm.
has to
Mm.
identify the bug and correct the code. So
Mm.
these
Mm.
sort of independent tasks are also given. Second
Right.
major change which has come is that previously in the competition, we used to know the theme 1 year before the competition. So we were
Mm.
not able to know the entire task, but we used to
Mm.
know, okay, it is related to agriculture, it is related to hospital management. This is going to be the size of the game field. This is going to be the objects that we need to manage. We
Mm.
used to know it 1 year before. Now
Mm.
that has been stopped. Now you will only get to know the theme and the exact
At
object
the
that you
time.
have to
Mm.
manipulate at the day
Mm.
of the competition.
Competition. Mm.
So over here, you need to be,
Mm.
having a complete open mindset and innovate
Mm.
on the spot within the constraints of the time that are there.
Mm.
Now, it looks
Understood.
difficult, but it's very simple if you classify and go to
Yeah.
core
Yeah.
basics of the robotics. So
Perfect.
you just have to look at how many degrees of freedom are required, what
Mm.
type of
Mm.
surface is there, and based on what type of surface is there,
Mm.
what type of wheels and configuration that you're going to
Mm.
choose. So the
Correct.
entire game is that. But I think slightly more responsibilities will come on the coder's side because coding will be, a
Mm.
part where the candidate will have to put more efforts because
Mm.
mechanically you follow a process and you will be
Mm.
able to
Right.
come to a mechanism, come to a conclusion of designing the robot. But in terms of programming and putting the algorithms, what I suggest to all the competitors is that you have set of modules of small codes and chunks ready with you. So you just
Mm.
have to plug and play. So that is
Mm.
what we used to do in old days when Myrio and LabVIEW was there. So we used to, create small sort of algorithms for each and everything, and then just plug them inside our main code. So if you are
Mm.
able to do that, you have a lot of flexibility and you don't have to spend time writing the syntactical work. You just have to
Agree.
write logics. So that is what will be, exposed, and new things will unfold in the competition going ahead.
Very right. I mean, it's very, very rightly you mentioned, Karan. I mean, it's not only about understanding the basic technicality, but it's now these type of modules when you have to where you have to show some management skills as well, some professional skills like basics of work ethics, what we call. So I think it's a one competition which I believe will not only enhance you as a technically, but as a person, your analytical skills, your management skills, because when you are competing in a team, definitely it's a benefit. But again, you have to then make sure that your knowledge complements the knowledge of your partner as well, and both of you as a one direction. I mean, one plus one. I mean, as a 11, not as a two. You think in that way, because maybe there are some kind of a strength and weakness of each and every candidate. So you have to understand your strength and weakness, your partner's strength and weakness, and accordingly build up your strategy on it. So totally agree with you. I mean, I think that's really critical, and understanding the what exactly, like you mentioned about from mobile robotics to autonomous mobile robotics this time. What exactly has changed, the theme which you were earlier, I mean we were having awareness of, now we are not aware of it. So I think it's again and it's for all. It's not only I mean for any of a specific this thing, it's for also every country will be now thinking from that hat, that they will not be sure of what gonna come at the day of competition. So I think it's nice. The world skill competition itself is now giving a competition to the experts as well. Now
Yeah.
you have to prepare your strategy accordingly, because you don't know what exactly gonna come in and how you have to make it. So really nice to listen from you. Now coming to again our participants Faisal and Siad, I'm sure when you also started from a basic level, then you had a India level and then at a world level, and currently also you're pursuing your education. You both are doing your BTech. I'm sure the skill set and the knowledge which you may have got in the world scale under the mentorship of Karan, it definitely would have value add in your knowledge base as well. So just want to know right now how exactly things you are using this mobile robotics in your current stream of education, and what exactly the way of thinking may have changed now. You may have now more kind of an experience, because now you have a one competition you have already competed. So how is it now?
Yeah, it was a great learning opportunity for us. So the thing is that we were not that much knowledgeable before joining the competition. So most
Mhm,
of the knowledge we have gained it during the competition. We started
mhm,
with the district level, then we went to the
mhm,
zonal level in our Kerala. After that, there
mhm,
was a state, then regional.
mhm,
Then after that, we had national. After that, again, we had two rounds of testing.
mhm,
So
mhm,
it was a long 1.5 years of journey. It
mhm,
started before Corona and
mhm,
to 1 year break. So
mhm,
so we gathered the knowledge in this duration.
mhm,
And right now we have a lot of things we are applying for the projects. Recently, also I'm working on a different project. It's
mhm.
on a Mars rover thing. So I'm applying
Nice.
that over there.
Great.
And also focusing on my studies. So right now,
Mhm.
yeah. So these are the things that I'm doing right.
Great, great. And Faisal, what about you? How WorldSkill has helped you in your this current education and the way of you're working right now?
Yeah, actually, during WorldSkills time, we got an opportunity to trial and error. Actually, we were learning like while testing. Actually,
Hmm.
we were not teaching or learning from someone else. We were learning from our mistakes. So we
Hmm.
were building our own robot. We are testing it. We finding the failure, and
Hmm.
we are improving the robot. So
Hmm.
we got the exact opportunity to do the all the things like we
Hmm.
got we take 1 year break from college and we dedicated 1 year completely for this. So we are sitting in a room and we are completely
Hmm.
working for this robot.
Hmm.
So it was like an amazing opportunity to
Yeah.
test and optimize our skills.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I think this is the one of the best opportunity for those who want to upskill
Hmm.
their talent, their skills.
Correct.
So
Mm, mm.
so
So I think yes. This is very very this thing important for anyone, like Karan and all, both Faisal and Sayed mentioned about it. I mean you have to start somewhere, and it is like building up, upskilling. That's why we use the word upskilling. So maybe if you have a basic of understanding of the various modules, like Karan explained in detail, like what are the various modules and then things. Please, my message is also that at least we should have the more tough the India skill competition, the best of the talent can come out from it, and basically then only we can see what exactly strength and weaknesses we have, and then experts like Karan and their team, they can brush up your skills, and they can make you to withstand at the world level that way. So I think yes, totally agree. And I mean, in line with all the thoughts what we discussed. So Karan, is coming to you once more time. Now this time, obviously that now we are not having the complete 2 year normally, the gap that we have from one competition to another. I mean that way. So it's only one less than a year now. The actual world scale is gonna happening next year in September. You know it. So what strategy now you are following? And obviously now after 20th of December, when we would be closing the registration, there are still 4 more days, and we are expecting a good number of registration to happen, so that again we can have our strategy of how to do the competition and take it at the India level and then at the world level. So how exactly now we gonna do it, and some kind of a tips for the competitors, uh, I mean the students who are now gonna start their journey, or maybe after today's session, definitely it will give them some clarity as well, that this is the subject and this is the type of a competition and this type of a skill set are required. So any tips for them?
So to be very precise, today is 16th of December.
Mm-hmm.
Just after 10 months,
Yeah.
maybe 310 days, we will be taking a return flight to India. So
Right, very right. True.
going to be there from 10th till 15th of September, and
September,
today
yeah.
is 16th of December. So
uh,
approximately, let's say that we have 300 days in our hand, which are
yes,
to be
correct.
utilized in a very perfect manner.
Perfect
Uh,
manner.
Timelines are very tough, and the
Tough.
competition has got tougher because
Yeah.
last year, due to COVID, a very less number of countries were participating. But now in
Hmm.
June, we can expect that more number of countries will be participating,
Right,
and more
right.
number of teams will be coming in. And
Exactly.
since the format of the competition has changed, so there will be a lot of
Mm-hmm.
surprises. There will be a lot of loopholes that we will
Yes.
have to deal with. So
Mm-hmm.
the only mantra over here is that how fast we can conclude the India skills competition and get the
Mm-hmm.
candidates who are going to represent the country and then
Correct.
work on them.
Work
So,
on them.
as NSDC and ESSCI and experts have commonly decided that
Mm-hmm.
instead of having the traditional format of doing the
Yes.
competition at state, regional, and then national levels,
Ji.
we would
Right.
shorten the time span by doing
Right.
it state, then
Correct.
pre-national, and then national level of the competition.
Nationals. Correct.
So that will save us a little bit of time, but still, I
Yes.
think it is going to take the next 3 months for us. So
Yes.
hopefully, before March end, we should
Yeah.
have the top two or top three teams with us. Then we can spend another 1.5 month. Maybe by
Mm,
the mid
mm,
of
mm.
April, we can select the appropriate two candidates who can go
Correct.
on and represent the country. Then
Country.
it's a matter of only 2.5 to 3 months where
Mm,
we can do
mm,
some sort of experimentation. So
mm,
till
mm, mm,
August is the time
mm,
we can,
mm.
we have to put our brains, we have to
Yeah.
do all the hard work. Maybe
Mm.
even put in 20 hours a day, just 4 hours.
Yes.
Doesn't
Mm,
matter.
mm, mm,
Then we will come to a position where we can say
mm.
that we're competing, not even
Correct.
in the medal. We can say
Mm,
that we're
mm,
competing.
mm,
So
mm,
the candidate right now who are competing,
mm,
it's a clear, statement to all of you. If you are ready
mm.
to put in the hard work in a disciplined manner, then only
Mm.
come to participate,
Yeah.
because the timelines are going to be very quick. You are not going to
Correct.
get enough time to participate even for the India skills rounds. So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rounds
correct.
to happen in a very rapid manner. Maybe
Mm,
when your state level competition is concluding, in the next 10 days, you will have the pre-national competition. And after
mm, mm.
pre-national competition, immediately in the 15 days, you might have your national competition if you're.
Nationals. Mm, mm.
So the
Agree.
timeline is going to be very, very, very less. You have to be
Mm,
prepared for it. You have to work in that time-bound manner.
mm,
Second thing is, hard times make hard people work harder and then
mm.
the hardest results possible.
True.
So if this timeline issue is there with us, I take it positively that this
Agree.
will create a good impact amongst everyone. Everyone will
Mm,
work harder and we will be able to achieve what seems impossible.
Very
So
right. Very right.
that's the only positivity that I can give everyone.
No, I
And
think it's true, true, very true. Because yes, absolutely. I mean, like they say, when the going gets tough, the tougher gets going. So
yeah,
definitely, it's a tough journey, and it's a, like you mentioned. But yes, I mean, our focus is clear. We know where we have to land up. I mean, you have already done your calculation in terms of days as well. That in this much number of days are left. So definitely, it gives a clear indication that you are prepared, and so is our so should be our participants as well. But absolutely, I think it's a one of the stages and one of the platform where practically you can showcase and build up what you are made up of that way. So very very right. So let's take some couple of questions from the audience now, Karan.
yeah, yeah.
Rishabh, um, let's have the Q&A session. I think someone has raised his
Yeah,
hand.
sure.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Any questions or any interaction? Anyone from the attendees they want to do?
So by the time attendees are putting up questions or they are
Yeah.
coming up, I would like to highlight successes that
Please.
Ziad and Faisal have got after
Yeah.
WorldSkills. So
Yeah.
it's not just during the competition what has happened, but even what I am seeing since last 1 year or more than 12 months
Mhm.
been there since the WorldSkills competition has concluded. First of all, it's a proud moment for Faisal and Siad that they got to join their college back. Because for the
Yeah.
competition, they had given the commitment that they
Mm.
dropped out one complete semester
Mm.
and they gave the time to the competition. The same
Mm.
thing is expected by other candidates also.
Other candidates too. Mm.
So even if you are good in skills, but you're not able to commit to the time and you're not able to commit to this, maybe you will be dropped out of the competition. So because you have to be 100% in the game if you have to
Yes.
get the result. Even your degree, it is going to complete, but the
Mm.
opportunity like world skills, it's once in a lifetime.
What's
You
in
cannot participate once again. So that
correct?
is important thing. Secondly is that Siad got the opportunity to lead his college team for
Mm.
Mars rover competition. He went on and he represented our country once again in Poland for Mars rover challenge. He led the CUSAT team for Mars rover, and they got a very good experience with which now they are again going to participate next year.
Mm.
Along with that, even Faisal has got few opportunities in freelancing work for
Mm.
electronics and mechanical, where he is developing some sorts of robots. And even me and Faisal, we have again started working together on a different
Mm.
project. So
Okay.
the bond and association does not just end with the competition, but it goes
Mm.
on forever. You are hooked up forever.
Hooked up. I think that's important, and that's also one of the advantages. When you are, I mean, playing or you are competing, and then there is a roadmap ahead. I mean, you get the skills, you get the trade, and then there are a lot of other companies and industries who are actually looking at you. Who are you and how well you are prepared, and it's directly under the supervision of the experts like you, and industries also they come and they see it. So I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, for all the candidates, I'll say that they can have a long term relationships after the competition as well through this journey. Yeah. So I think
So there is
Rishabh,
one question from the anonymous. So what are the infrastructure list for the state level competition?
So for the state level competition in mobile robotics, if it's I don't know if it's somebody from the state skills authority or from the competitor's end, but I'll answer it from both the ends. If
yeah.
it is somebody who is conducting the competition at the state level, there will be basically two rounds. First will be a district round, and then there will be a state round. So at a district round, you may expect some kind of a MCQ at your state, or maybe it can be some sort of a project presentation competition that can be there. At the state level, you will be expected to have a complete setup of similar to what's there in India Skills competition. There will be a game field. On that game field, you are expected to come and represent your robot. So some sort of theme will be decided based on which you will have to create your robot and compete. As far as competitors are concerned, maybe it's not maybe, but you must come up with a
Mm.
microprocessor and controller infused together. So from the coder's perspective, you need to use a Raspberry Pi and Arduino. Use the Arduino for controlling and use the Raspberry Pi for processing the algorithms. So that's how typically, ideally, your entire brain of the computer, brain of your robot should be functioning. Second, coming to the hardware part, you can expect Omni wheels or regular rubberized wheels based on the terrain that is there, or maybe even Magnum wheels. So depends on the test project that you will be getting or the infrastructure that you will be getting during the competition. At state level, I doubt that you will get any kind of infrastructure from the organizing authority. So you will have to bring your own kit, or you will have to bring your own material for the competition and make and design the robot over there. So that is what you can expect in terms of infrastructure.
Thank you. So there's one question from Purnesh Jain. I like to ask, how can one should a competitor prepare for the competition for India skills?
So I'll link it to two levels. I'll share first of all my expectations, and then Siad and Faisal can their experiences, how they prepared for the competition. So as a competitor, according to an expert, you should start off from scratch and do marry your partner. So you have to go and marry your partner. You have to live with him. You have to breathe, eat, and then you have to work with him right from day one. When you start doing that, you both know that who is good in what, and then you set clear boundaries on what you have to do. So, going one step ahead, how do you prepare with your partner? Take the test project that is available on web for last 2 years of the competition, and then start preparing the robot for that. Until and unless you are getting a test project for this year's competition, you just take a test project which is available for the last year. Maybe if required, we can even float a on it Google Drive, and we can share to all the participants the test projects in one single file where you can see the test project, what is there and what the tasks are there. Make a robot with your partner and then start testing it out until your state competition is coming up. Once the state competition is there, then you don't have time. You have to take the state project, the test project that is given by the state authorities, and prepare your robot accordingly. Then after that, you will be groomed and trained by ESSCI and NSDC, and then your everything becomes a little more sorted and less
Correct.
clunky. So before that, one step back, what you have to do is you have to marry your partner and start making robots with him.
Yeah, I think that this
That's
is important. True, true.
yeah. Siad and Faisal.
Siyaz and Faisal, something from your side?
Yeah, actually, one thing is that, as I said before, we have to first of all, we have to clearly define what who is going to do.
Do.
So it's of the, like, one should only focus on the software, and the next one should focus on the hardware and electronics part. And he also should be very good in that. But at the same time, I should have some understanding regarding how the electronics are working. Also, the
Yeah,
Faisal should have some basic understanding how the software is going to work. So then only we can plan.
correct.
So our advantage is that we were friends from very early ages, so we knew each other. We had a lot of experience before the competition of working each other with each other, and also we have to have some good fundamentals. The other skills, the advanced skills, are the things I have gained all those advanced skills during the competition. As I told, while we are going from the district to state level, we are automatically we are upskilling. Even attending the district level, we will come to know the competition. There we will learn the competition and environment and all those things. So it's only the fundamentals you have to have, and the learning mentality during the each and every stages, and also some competency also, some kind of not giving up mentality, some consistency. All those things should be you be having. And the resources part, everything is available on the internet nowadays. Everything is there, so make use of these free resources. Make use of you can connect us. We are available in LinkedIn and all those things. We can help you. Maybe we can plan some resources, maybe some videos that we can share to the new competitors and all
Right.
those things. Yeah.
I think that would be really great. Yeah, Faisal.
Yeah, even I have to mention the same thing. You have to choose your proper partner. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter the technology, nothing else. The only the thing is how you are competing in the competition. On the competition, when arena, the coordination between among two of you guys are very important. If one guy is saying this one and another one is saying no, this is not working, so the dispute, we don't expect any kind of dispute among you guys. You have to very good understanding and communication, proper communication with yourself. So make a proper partner first of all, and divide the task, like who is the mechanical guy and who is the software guy. And the basic thing is you have very basic knowledge about But if you are a hardware guy, you should know about how hardware, mechanical things, and electronic things. If you are a software guy, you have a good knowledge in software things. So if you don't have, don't worry. Just start from now, and you can approach us. Also, we will help you to improve that also. So try to make a good robot, like a proper robot. You can now you can refer the previous year question paper, and the robot is not like same, but it will be almost like that only. So you can refer that, and you can start planning building a robot like that only. So that will be good.
Correct.
Uh,
Hey,
like
nice.
from
I think this is good. Students, please make note of it that you can take the advantage of the last year, case studies which are there for your reference. And like Karan and Faisal and Sayed also mentioned, understand the the competition. The modules are there. Reference modules are there. You can like a you can go and just check it out what exactly the topics are there. And irrespective whether you're starting now as well, it's not late. You can still build up, you can still cover up, and accordingly having a right partner, and the strength, knowing the strength of each other, I think that's crucial things. Yeah, Rishabh, let's go to the another one, next
Yeah.
one.
So the other questions from Anonymous.
Huh.
So, what are the changes that happen in between mobile robotics and autonomous mobile robotics? Like any changes in modules and any changes in markings?
Yes, the total scheme has now changed. So
Mhm.
there will be a lot of changes in the modules and in the marking. So when I was reflecting on the eight things that we are looking at, so localization, vision, and
Mhm.
then technically problem solving, fault finding. So all these are the new modules that have been added in the competition. In terms of marking, so marking is not revealed until the day of the competition. So we can't judge on the marking side, but definitely it's going to be changed. So if the modules are changed,
Correct.
the markings are also changed. The proportion of marking will not change. So there will be 20 to 25% of marking that will be judgmental based on your work, organization management, and journals and the handbooks that you prepare. And 70 to 75% of the markings will be there, which are completely based on your work that you're doing. So it's a zero or one marking. We call it as a measurable marking. So there will be no dispute. If you do the task, you get the mark. If you don't do it, you don't get the mark. Even if you do it half the task, you will get zero. So that proportion will still remain the same. So there will be no judgmental marks increase or anything like that. So in terms of modules, now you have to work independently also is what is a takeaway for you. Till now, your robot was being judged whether it is able to do the task or not. But now it's on you. You, whether you are able to design the mechanisms on the spot, whether you are able to find out the fault on the spot, whether you are able to develop the algorithms on the spot, because you won't have the internet connectivity. While we were in the previous years of the competition, before going, we were designing our algorithms. Before going to the competition, we were writing our entire code. Over there now, you cannot even take your laptop. So even your computers are given on the spot starting next year.
Correct.
So everything is going to be from scratch. So you need to be prepared for them.
Right. Yeah, Rishabh, next.
So, other question is, what percentage of problem statement of world skill can be found in India skill competition?
It's a very debatable point
Yeah.
at this moment because see, based on the skill sets that we observed in the pre-national competition and the state competition, based on that we increase or decrease the percentage of problem statement that will come from world skills. The format will be 100% similar to what world
Similar.
skills is there.
Right.
But the complexity of the problem statement, it may vary based on what it is there. So the format of what is going to happen at Leon will be the same format that will come to India skills. Be assured about it. But the complexity of problem statement will vary based on the skill sets that we observe in state level competition and pre-national competition.
Yes. I think this is important because that's what we are preparing for students. Definitely, we will try, and that's our aim as well, to give you the real time and real hand experience of what exactly you're gonna face at the time of actual competition. So all the screening, the complexity, the intensity, and the degree of the the question sets, they will be absolutely aligned to that. So that's our first job, as well as Karan also mentioned, as an expert. So he has also first work is to understand what is the technical document says for this year, and accordingly we build our future strategy on that. So planning is that only preparing you from India skills to the world skills, and journey by journey that way. Yeah, Rishabh.
Yeah. So other question is, while registering in the website for India Skill Autonomous Mobile Robotics, do you have to register for yourself or for you and a
Hmm.
teammate?
So I believe that the registration will be combined. You and
Combined.
your teammates, both of you have to enter the details in one go. So there will be no separate forms.
Hmm.
There,
Hmm.
once you click autonomous mobile robots, automatically the form will split into two, team number one and team number member two. So
Yeah.
both the details will go in a single form.
Right.
You will register as a team.
You will register as a team. So this is a one form for two candidates, and he will take it as these two candidates are part of one team. That way.
Yes.
Yes. So here Yogesh want to know when
Hmm.
and how a team is formed for competition. What is the process of selecting competitor for such skills which required a team of two candidates?
So by default, at the origin, Yogesh, you need to come
Hmm.
up with a partner. So that is
Partner.
even before registering, you need to have a partner
Hmm.
because during,
Partner.
as we mentioned in the previous question, in the
Hmm.
registration itself, it will ask you for a partner. So you have to be clear about who is going to be your partner and
Hmm. Hmm.
you have to register with them. But
Correct.
there is a big but. If we find out that
Hmm.
you and your partner are not having the complementary skills, or there is another person who is better than your partner or you yourself,
Hmm.
there are chances of team shuffling at the
Hmm.
post national stage. So when we have top two or top three teams with us,
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
may try to shuffle the
Smart.
teams and
Hmm.
try to
Hmm.
see if some better
Correct.
competition is coming up or not.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
during the registration and during the entire selection process of coming
Right.
into top three of India, you need to have a partner with you by default. There will be
Right.
no shuffling,
Hmm.
there will be nothing.
Hmm. Hmm.
But after the competition, you need to detach your emotions and now
Hmm.
acting as a sixth individual.
Once.
And if you and your partner are good, like Siyad and Faisal, even both
Hmm.
of them went through that Agni Pariksha, where they were split.
Hmm.
They were doing individual competitions. But
Hmm.
later on, we identified that okay, they both gel well
Hmm.
together and they
Hmm.
both
Hmm.
form a very good team together. So
Hmm.
again,
Hmm.
eventually they came up
Hmm.
together and they participated.
Correct. I think it is good for the candidate as well, because sometimes we don't know, like, what are who is best at what, because we are maturing at each and every stage. And when you come and I mean, you are selected at an India level, then you are a one team, irrespective whether we have three teams, because we want to, like you mentioned about, we want to send the best of the best. So maybe you are best in something and the other team members, he's best from some other team. So at that time, it's a one joint effort that way. But yes, when you start your journey in this autonomous mobile robotics, it's a one team which you nominate yourself. I mean, I'm talking from point of view of the candidates, and then accordingly, our experts, they see you from like an individual as well as and as a team as well. And then after the India skills, when we have the selection criteria, then we will, that will only help you out, candidates. But yes, it starts from a one team and a one journey, and then accordingly we build up. Yeah, Rishabh.
So there's one question. Problem statement for state and national skill will be given on the day of competition or before some time.
So, for state, most probably you will receive it beforehand. But for pre-national and national, you will receive just the guidelines, but the entire thing you will get it on the spot during the competition. So, as I mentioned, that maybe the complexity of the problem will vary, but the format is going to be exactly similar to what is going to happen at WorldSkills Lyon. And what WorldSkills Lyon right now is saying is that your task will be given on the spot during the competition. What you have to come up with is your skills and your practice. So for pre-national and national, you will have to come up with your skill sets and your mindset and your practice and experience that has gotten into preparing for this competition. But rest everything you will get it during the days of the competition. Now, previously it used to be there that you used to get the test project 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the competition. Now this still you will get the test project beforehand, but it will not have a task list or it will not have a format. What kind of industry or what kind of the game field is going to be there. That you will
Right.
only receive during the competition.
Correct.
Correct, correct. So there's another question. What will be the exact date for state and national skill competition?
So
I think.
again, maybe ESSCI team can.
So we are currently, students. Right now, there are still four more days for the actual registration. Then, depending upon the volume, and accordingly, we build up the strategy. But yes, unlike last time when we had a nominal 2 years time in hand to have the zone by zone, region by region, and then nationals. Maybe we have to cut down this time because we are not having that much time for the actual competition to happen, because we want to actually have our selectors, our India skill stars to be get selected. I mean, not compromising, of course, with the competition level, with the screening level, but yes, we want to put more efforts once we get our candidates selected, and accordingly, our experts can then put up their expertise, knowledge, and can them prepare them for the world skills. So right now, dates are not been this thing, but definitely very soon, once our registration is over, please do tune into our website, our social media, and all the registrations that will come to us will be in touch with you. Rishabh, maybe we can even you can share your email ID or for help desk in if in case someone have any query, want to know something uh, after the competition as well, after the registrations is over, but we'll be in touch with you and get you and keep you posted, candidates, for the dates and the level of the competitions, that what we are
I'm
doing and how
sharing
we are
all the important links in the chat. You
doing.
can refer from here. The registration link, my email ID, okay, the LinkedIn ID.
Yeah. Any other question we have, Rishabh,
Yes,
from the audience?
yes. Inside the forum for registering, it doesn't properly mention to register for teammate.
So maybe you can contact
Mm,
after the webinar to Rishabh,
correct.
Mm.
because as far as I have heard from the candidates, you have to register as a team. So if you
Correct.
select the skill over there as
Mm,
autonomous mobile robotics, then you will, I think, get the option to write that other team members' details also. So
right.
if it is not there, you can drop the email to Rishabh
Or
and
you can please share the screenshot if in case you are finding some difficulty. We'll try to resolve it as early as we can. But yes, it's a I mean, the link is open right now, and it's a team event, team skill competition. So if in case you have any difficulty in uploading the data or information of yourself or your teammate, please do send us the email. We'll take care of it.
So that's it for the questions. No more questions here.
Okay, so I think we are done with our exact at 6. So, so I think when we wrap up today's webinar, so first of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants, because this is for you. This is for all the candidates who really want to start, and maybe some of you might have got some more idea. What exactly WorldScale is, and specifically coming to this autonomous mobile robotics as one of the five trades in which ESSCI is representing and working on. We're gonna be having the parallel sessions now for all our remaining four skills, and we would be giving you the insights of all the trades, and accordingly we would be having once the competition starts, screening starts, we would be doing more type of this type of webinars to keep you all posted, to make you aware where we are, how we are doing the things, and in case any of the institute, if they are in the audience or this thing, they want to know more about it, please feel free to get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to take our partnership forward. So thank you so much, and specifically Karan, Faisal, and Siad. I mean, great. Every time, whenever we have an interaction, especially Karan with you, I mean, it's always great to hear something or the other. Your positivity. So I think this is really nice as a mentor when you are mentoring the candidates as an expert, because you have seen again both the side of the ground. You have seen that type of the table where when you were a competitor, now you are judging the and helping the in filtering the India skills competition. I mean, helping us. So thank you so much, everyone. And one last this thing from Karan, from or anyone want any last message, because as we all have said, this is a really one of the world's best competition in skills, and it's all about representing and a pride, taking the pride for the country, hosting the flag that way, and knowing your destination is half your journey. So I believe when we know where we want to land up, so I think half the journey is already we have completed. So yes, so Karan, one last word from you, and then we'll just conclude.
nothing. It's just an appeal to everyone that if you all want the competition to start as early as possible, spread the word, spread the registration. Last 3 days are going on, so it's all how many registrations we can get. So if we
Correct.
get a good number of registrations within the stipulated timeline, then we may start the competition as early as possible.
Right.
It's related to that each and every person from this country should get the opportunity to represent the nation and eventually get the best talent out of this nation who can represent us. So spread the word. We still have 3 more days to go before the registration closes. So you spread the word, spread it everywhere, and increase the registration count so that we can hope the competition to start as early as possible.
Yeah, hi. Yes, so Faisal, from your side, last message to your fellow, participants who are gonna be
Yeah,
now starting their
sure,
journey.
sure. Yeah, actually, I have to nothing more. Just dream. You are going to WorldSkills Leon next year. So work accordingly. Start find your partners and do register, and work hard. And next year it's your chance to be part of WorldSkills and represent India.
Right. Very right. Thanks. Siad?
Yeah, as Faisal said, first of all, find a partner, do register, prepare for the competition.
Uh,
First of all, dream of going to the France and represent the
yeah,
country, then work
correct.
for that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a one-time opportunity that you are getting. It's
Very
a
right.
big, yeah. It's you are lucky enough that you got to know about this competition. So
Correct. Yes. Yes. So exactly, I think that's important because now you have, I mean, people like Faisal and Siad who have done something. They have already laid a one kind of a milestone for us. Now we have to, increase our preparation and make them kind of a that we can now achieve better than what we have already done. So I think this is really really nice. So thank you so much, each and everyone. Really, really nice. Thank you, Rishabh, for arranging all this. You're doing all the hard work. Kudos to you, man. And same ways, we're gonna be doing the similar webinars for other trades as well. And this is me signing out and thanking you all. So please, if you have still any query which have been left out and any type of a doubt or session or any query you have, please feel free to get in touch with us. Me and Rishabh are there. And accordingly we'll be updating you with all the next steps and progress. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone.
Well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.